Please put your hands together for our Deputy Secretary General from the Ministry of Communications, Encik Nik Kamaruzaman Nik Hussein. Assalamualaikum Encik Nik Kamaruzaman, apa khabar Encik? Sihat? I heard your long chat with Mr. Ewan Smith just now. Apparently you saw Mr. Ewan Smith pakai baju Melayu during our Raya screening the other day. Interesting conversation right there, but thank you very much for joining us here. Of course, we also have our FINA CEO, Dato Azmir Saifuddin Muttalib. Assalamualaikum Dato, Selamat Hari Raya Dato. I'm pretty sure Dato had like probably 20 open houses today, but you have to tolak maybe around 10 lah for our agenda right now. Thank you very much for making time for Astro. Of course, we have our Astro Group CEO, the one and only Mr. Ewan Smith. He is not in Baju Melayu today, but I believe deep down your Raya spirit is still there, right? Have you had your Raya food already, Mr. Ewan? You sure? Because I know that he's a jet setter. He's everywhere around the world, business meeting in different parts of the world in the same week of Raya. But I hope you've had some time to savor on our delicious Raya cuisines. Of course, thank you very much as well to all of our friends of the media. Thank you for joining us here. And actually, we've got one very beautiful boss of ours right there as well, Miss Agnes Kim, the one and only. Hi, Agnes. Thanks for joining us. We actually have one more guest of honor on the way, but he'll be joining us shortly, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I've been saying from the start, we are not here to celebrate Raya. Even though, yes, the Raya spirit is all trapped within us, but today, we are about to launch Astro Studios. This is the best of pre-production, production, and post-production all under one roof. So to know more about our Astro Studios, we'll be hearing it from the man himself in just a short while. But before that, I just want to have a casual chat with everybody before we hit on to the big stuff, the heavy stuff. How has Raya been for everyone? Semua ada yang baru balik kampung hari ni ke? Tak ada? Tak ada? Ada? Mana? Mana? Yang ini? Yang ini. Siapa beraya dekat Kota Baru hari tu? Make some noise. Safra Azim Fahan Abdul Rahman seorang je dekat Kota Baru. Huh? It's crazy. The traffic has been pretty crazy in the past 2 days. I was very happy last week actually because lengang. Kita nak pergi mana-mana pun tak ada kereta. Semua masih dekat Perak lah, dekat Kelantan lah, dekat Negeri Sembilan. But unfortunately, we're all back here, aren't we? So welcome back KL traffic. Welcome back MRR2 traffic and KVE traffic, and the list goes on, kan? But it's okay. The stress part aside, because I think we're all back at work as well. It felt like Raya was very, very quick. Tahu-tahu dah kembali dah melunaskan kerja-kerja masing-masing. But thank you very much, guys. Walaupun dengan mood Raya, mood malas-malas, kalau boleh nak meremput aja, visit 10 to 20 houses a day. But you know what? We need to make money again, right, guys? Duit dah habis dah. Duk bagi duit Raya kat orang kiri kanan, kan? I myself gone broke this month just from giving duit Raya to my nephews and nieces, you know. But it's all good because that is the beauty and the joy of the festive season, right? It's really the spirit of giving and spending time with our loved ones. Now, a little bit about our Astro Studios. You'll be seeing a different set of things that we'll be introducing to you guys about Astro Studios. But basically, just think about Hollywood-worthy production and editing and audio, everything under one roof, because that is exactly what Astro is all about. We provide everything to you guys, and I feel like we get better and better every single year. So that is why we are very grateful for all of your presence right here. So in just a bit, we'll be hearing from the man who's very important behind Astro Studios. It's going to be like a TED Talk, so get ready for it, okay? Apparently he's been rehearsing from 6 AM just now, all the way till now, just to wow everybody about our Astro Studio. So ladies and gentlemen, are we all ready to get to know a little bit more about Astro Studios, everyone? Are we all ready? Yes. Oh, Farhana lagi sekali. Farhana lagi sekali. Takkan Farhana seorang aja media yang datang hari ni. Yang lain apa jadi? Tengah tidur ke? Yang lain tengah makan rendang senyap-senyap ke? Sebab tu tak boleh nak jawab, kan? Okay, so Astro Studios will make sure that all of you guys, even if you did not study film, even though you probably did not even have the goal to make your own movie or anything, when you see one Astro Studios, you're going to be like, that's it. It is now time to become like Shamsul Yusof. It's about time to become like Dato' Yusof Haslam. It's about time to become all these major movie directors, Steven Spielberg, and the list goes on. So, Mr. Astro Studios, Mr. Leon, are we ready to rock and roll? Ready, Mr. Leon? Okay, no problem at all. No problem at all, guys. Okay, let's talk about one upcoming movie that will be coming out very, very soon, and it's actually done 100% with Astro Studios. Okay, everybody. Siapa yang tahu movie ni, mesti y'all semua dah tertunggu-tunggu kan dengan cerita. Some of you guys are even staying on for the premiere after this. Who here is staying on for Sheriff's premiere after this? Make some noise. Ewan, Mr. Ewan Smith, yes? Mr. Ewan, you're a bit jet-lagged, right, from your last trip? You sure you're not going to fall asleep in the cinema? You just might, yeah? Let's prepare some bolsters and pillows for Mr. Ewan in the next hall, yeah? For our Sheriff premiere after this. Because someone is very jet-lagged over here. But yes, that one is happening very soon. And like I mentioned earlier, Sheriff is 100% done with Astro Studios as well. So macam-macam lah you akan tengok lepas ni the cutting edge technology that we have here in Astro. In fact, nanti you akan tengok jugalah pasal kita punya extended reality studio that we have in Astro. Siapa kat sini pernah tengok Family Feud Malaysia? Ya, ada Nabil Ahmad sebagai pengacara. Make some noise. Yes, yes, of course. Who here watches Meletup every Tuesday night? Takkan Fahana tak tengok Meletup? Nak tahu gosip-gosip terkini? Takkan tak tahu? Takkan tak tengok? You yang buat gossip, yes, but you H-Live kan? H-Live belum lagi menggunakan XR Studio kita. But Meletup, guys, which is hosted by Nabil Ahmad and Hawa Rizwan, it's actually done 100% using our extended reality studio as well. So yes, Family Feud Malaysia, Meletup, even shows on Astro Arena as well. Semuanya menggunakan studio extended reality kita. Di mana nowadays, you can simply change the backgrounds according to the show in just a split second. Tak ada masalah langsung. Tiba-tiba kalau ada director macam aku nak buat movie dekat Switzerland tapi tak ada masa nak travel pergi Switzerland, tak ada masalah. Astro Studios kan ada. You can just come all the way here to Astro and just, you know, you can shoot everything there at our extended reality studio. Now before we talk more about our Astro Studios, I'm going to walk around, have a casual chat with everybody about Hari Raya, okay? Alright, let's get Mr. Leon to prepare first on what he's going to tell you guys. Because there's a lot of things that will wow you guys about Astro Studios, okay? Let's see. Jangan risau Farhana, I tak datang dekat you. I tempat you jauh sangat, susah. Fairy Day ada, Fairy Day Hikmet. Hello! My boss of H-Live, everybody, which is one of the biggest shows in Astro Ria. Nak buat my own plug of my own show, kan? Fairy beraya dekat mana, Fairy? Dekat Jengka je, jam ke tidak nak pergi Jengka? Mampu, boleh? Thank you to Waze ataupun memang you tahu jalan-jalan tikus kat belakang tu?
Ponteng sehari.
Ponteng sehari. Dia pergi raya kedua. Pandai, Ferry. Hari ni bersopan santun ya. Biasanya amboi mentang-mentang kita ada orang-orang penting dalam hall bersopan santun ya dia. Kena cover line, okay. Nabila Razali in the house, everybody. Assalamualaikum. Wow, the beautiful husband and wife has just joined us in the studio. Ni baru balik beraya dari mana hari tu? I nampak dekat TikTok. Kelantan. 24 jam kesangkut dekat trafik tak ya? Alhamdulillah tak. Mungkin naik pesawat mungkin. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, our FINAS chairman is right here, Dato' Kamil Othman. Give it up, everybody. Dato' Kamil Othman is someone I look forward to on the app X, yeah, aka the previously known as Twitter, because he educates us all on the filmmaking process, the logics behind the filmmaking world. Jadi kepada anda semua yang mungkin nak belajar pasal filmmaking tapi tak nak pergi ke New York Film Academy, tak ada masalah. Follow sahaja Dato' Kamil Othman di X. How are you, Dato'? Selamat Hari Raya, hope you're doing well. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for us to listen all about Astro Studios from the man himself. We've got the one and only Mr. Leon Tan. Give it up, everybody.
Thanks for coming here and for being part of all this. We are very excited to share with you this thing called Astro Studios. Unlike what Keanu said, I haven't been here since 6 a.m. Yeah, I've been here since a few days ago. I'm kidding, right? So let's get to it, right? But before we talk about Astro Studios, let's talk a little bit about Astro. As you all know, Astro's been here providing premium content and services to our country since the mid to late 90s. Right? I remember I was there. So along with the stuff that you watch on Astro, there's a team called Astro Productions in the last almost 3 decades, right? That's been helping the content team do the production that you watch on screen, whether it's sports, whether it's entertainment, you know, And today, we've organized this team, enhanced it, upskilled it, upgraded it, and given it a purpose to be part of something larger than just being at Astro, which is really important. But right now, we're thinking we could do something that could help our industry go out into the world, right? So this is Astro Studios. So what is Astro Studios here? I mean, the best way to explain Astro Studios is an engine, really. We're building an engine. This is a term that came from Ewan Smith, by the way. Yeah, it's an engine. So what it does is, as an engine, we infuse all our knowledge and our experience and the length and breadth of all the stuff that went well, the stuff, what we should do, what we shouldn't do, all the, in lockstep with the evolution of the industry over the last 3 decades, in production, in post-production, in visual design, all that's going to this engine. What's also going to this engine is the sense that, you know, our talent, our technology, and the tenacity of us being here for 3 decades. We're not going anywhere, we're moving forward, we're bringing all that into this engine, and what this engine is going to do is that it's going to drive, hopefully, drive the content creation and the growth in our industry in Malaysia, upgrade it, upskill it, work with them to build a level of quality, a level of delivery that is world-class, and to be enjoyed here and to be put out into the world. That's essentially Astro Studio. So how are we going to do this? First of all, we're going to organize ourselves into 3 groups at Astro Studios, right? Now, they're essentially engines need components. So there's 3 engine components here. They're all distinct in their uniqueness and in their expertise. At the same time, they're really interlinked. And that's the secret sauce, really, because being interlinked by uniting all these disparate media production skills and expertise, we're in lockstep with the evolving media industry out there in the world. So there's 3 of them, as you can see. Astro Productions, Astro Design and Motion, and Sound and Vision. So let's start with Astro Productions. What's Astro Productions? This is the broadcast arm of Astro Studios, right? It's a mix of studio productions. It's a mix of outside productions that we call OB. It's a mix of hard sets, physical, traditional sets. It's a mix of virtual sets, right? And all that covering from sports to entertainment, all that wrapped together in a process that we call Astro Productions. Now, at the same time, there's a lot of people behind this, and as you can see, some of them here. From project leads to floor managers, from creative people to engineers, they all come together to make sure that your show, whether it's a live or recorded broadcast, goes out to the world with our stamp on it, right? Also, let's talk some numbers, right? Let's talk some numbers. Since last year, we've managed 3,300 broadcast hours plus and counting, including today. We're still broadcasting. A lot of this is, of course, done by our content team at Astro. It's Astro Studios that provides the production support, right? So we do that in our studios, we do that outside in the remote, in remote locations, and we also do, as you can see, XR virtual productions as well in extended reality, right? We've done, since the World Cup in Qatar, 25 XR productions to date. 25 and counting, by the way. Actually, it's closer to 30 now from the last time I wrote this. What's an XR production? XR means extended reality, as I said. It's virtual production. It's a really unique and cutting-edge way of rolling out broadcast production live without the use of a hard set, a physical backdrop. We now work in a virtual environment with both a mix of creative and technical expertise to create the illusion of a production that looks and feels real, but it's virtual. That's the first one we did. This was the one in for the World Cup. We've moved on since then, right? So just gives you a taste of the kind of behind the scenes that's needed to make something like this. We've also moved in a huge way into sports, especially from last year when we received we became the host broadcaster for MFL again, Malaysian Football League, right? So there were 80 matches last year. From May until next year will be 219 matches. All that's being supported production-wise by our team. Yeah? And it's not just football. We do a lot of other sports. In fact, I'd like to think that Astro has unsurpassed sports coverage, not just in Malaysia, but likely the region. And all that is because guys like us, guys in the Astro Studios team, are working behind the scenes to make these productions come to life. Now, that's what we do at Astro. Let's talk about international productions. We've been involved in more than 20 international productions. Some of you may remember Asia's Got Talent from a few years back, but we've done a lot more than that. And we will continue to do more under the banner of Astro's team. Yeah. Our production footprint too extends beyond Malaysia. Our teams have worked in all these countries and territories as well, and we certainly want to do more because that's fun. Now, moving on to design in motion. Design in motion is an interesting pillar, component in our engine. It's essentially where all our artists, our animators, our creators, they gather together to create the visual experiences that you see on screen and on stage, right? So you've got everyone from what I call virtual architects to motion graphics guys, to animators, to modelers, to even people who design stages. These are the people that make up Astro Design in Motion. The 25 XR projects that I told you about were supported by the same team here. This is what I mean by we may be distinct in our expertise, but we are very interlinked. So while Astro Productions may be doing the XR sets and the XRs, set up the XR studios and the sets for virtual shows, it's this team that actually skins the virtual sets to create all these designs that you see on stage. Okay? Also, this provides an interesting opportunity for marketers to put product placement in our virtual shows. We've done 16 plus so far, and we certainly would love to do more. Moving on, Design in Motion has been interesting in its growth because it's in many ways it's moved, expanded beyond our own broadcast industry. They're supporting esports programs. 6 programs were done alone in the last 18 months that were not in the country, right? By Mountain Games, supported by we supported Mountain Games, and we're moving into a larger arena of esports by, as you can see from the World Cup that's coming out in Riyadh in this summer of 2024. Yeah? Same time, as you can see, when these esports activities occur in these places, they are massive stage events, and we provide a lot of the LED wall designs that you see there, over 120 minutes and counting. We've also done 4,800 minutes of full CG animation. That's about 80 minutes. I'm sorry, 4,800 seconds. That's about 80 minutes. That's about a feature film, an animated feature film. When you think about it, you may say 4,800 seconds, but the reality is that it takes 4,300 hours of render time in our render farms to create images and sequences like this. And that's what Design in Motion does. Okay. So let's talk about the next one, Sound and Vision. Sound and Vision is our post-production unit. What's post-production? All of you, like some of you are watching Sheriff tonight, and all of you have certainly been to the cinema. You watch something on the cinema screen, you see something on TV or even on your phone. Post-production is the end result of what you see and hear. of any film or series or documentary, right? Because after production comes post-production, and it's there where we put our minds together, our creative hats, and our technical abilities, and we finesse the final product that you see here on screen. And we have that at Astro Studios, right? Post-production is split into two, essentially visual post, color, online, editing, stuff like that, all the elements that make up the visual experience. And then you have audio post. Audio post is the audio experience. And you're gonna see a little bit of that in the reel that we'll show you guys in a few minutes, right? Also, we finish our stuff in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. And we are 4K and HDR capable and THX compliant. Here's an example of what a Dolby Atmos mix looks like. Dolby Atmos is something you hear, right? This is how it looks like, right? It gives you an idea that it's a creative and technical hybrid of creating the oral experience that you get when you see a film, especially in Atmos. Okay? We have also, in Sound and Vision, focused a lot on trying to localize content. A lot of content that Astro buys, we do the dubbing for it. We dub it in Bahasa Melayu, and soon we'll be dubbing it in multiple languages. And we are able to do it for content outside of Astro as well, as we have done so with Love Nature from the UK, right? There's plenty of that. We are also, this year, booked up for location sound. What's location sound? We have location sound people right here, actually. What it is essentially our sound engineers going out into the field, recording dialogue, recording ambient sound, and field recordings that we then use and put inside a film or a series, right? 250 days minimum has been allocated has been booked really for location sound from Astro Sound and Vision today. We have also in Sound and Vision, we have taken your old films, your 35mm film. How many of you remember we used to watch films in a hall like this on film, not on a digital DCP, right? Where we had six cans of films that we had to swap at the back over there in the projector room. Now, we have a history of that because Astro has been making films for the longest time. And we have been restoring these films from 35mm with digital. And why do we do that? Because these films represent a heritage that should be enjoyed by Malaysians in the digital era. We can take these 35mm films, restore them, clean them up, both visual and audio, and they can now go out onto streaming platforms, right? We can do that now, and we think that we present probably the best optimal way of restoring films here in Malaysia in 35mm. And we've also been working on 19 feature films since the start of 2022, I think. Yeah, since the start of 2022. And you guys, some of you guys are gonna watch it tonight. Sheriff was the latest one that we did, right? Now, what we did at Sheriff was visual post-production, right? It's been an honor to work with the Scope team and with Astro Shaw, our colleagues, right? To deliver something like Sheriff. And this is just the start. You will be seeing a lot more films, both domestic and international, done in post-production by Sound and Vision here at Astro Studios. Now, so I've given you an idea of what the three components are, right? So, what's next? Where are we? So, we have three pillars, we have three components, we have an engine we say we want to build and put it out there. What do we really want to do with Astro Studios? What's so different from what we've been doing as Astro in the last two and a half decades, right? The difference is that we want to take this engine and we want to enhance it, right? We want to look at new technologies, we want to look at optimization, we want to look at cost-effective ways of presenting quality production, right? Why? Because the world's changing. It's ever evolving in the way we consume content, screen content, and we must be in lockstep with it. So Astro Studios has a path forward to take Astro and our industry into the future with this kind of production approach and production evolution. And we'd like to continue to enhance our engine that way. What we also want to do is build more engine components. Now, this might sound kind of crazy, right? We don't have it yet, but we're exploring it, certainly, right? We do broadcast production, but it's not a great leap to go into feature films and series production, right? We do XR. It's not a great leap to go into volume and stagecraft. The kind of productions you've seen using these kind of technologies in films like, in series like The Mandalorian. It's not a great step forward. And we do animation. It's not a huge step to explore high-end visual effects. There is a path forward, and we hope to build it with your help, right? Now, ultimately, all these things lead to one thing. We'd like to build and bring in new business for content, production, and content creation, not just in our country, but to put it out there to the world. That's the heart of what Astro Studios' aspirations are. That's the heart of what our team wants to do, right? Because ultimately, whether it's through local or international partnerships, whether it's co-productions, whether it's to also internally work with the rest of Astro to enhance the way we do content, right? The idea here is to bring the industry together and support the industry as we look towards the future to build content for the world. That's the aspiration of Astro Studios. So, in short, it's an engine for the Malaysian screen content industry. It's an engine that we hope to offer to you, to use, so that you could build something here and also to build something out of the country, right? Out into the world, right? It's a way to spread our wings, right? And we hope that we get to spread our wings with you guys, you know, and it's going to be a fun ride, and we look forward to it. So, watch this space. Thank you.
Give it up for Mr. Leon Tan, everybody, the head of Astro Studios. Thank you very much, Mr. Leon. Now, like Mr. Leon mentioned earlier, even for the movie Sheriff, which most of you will be watching tonight, yeah, the premiere of it is actually done 100% via Astro Studios. So the best of movies, esports, entertainment, sports itself, a wide array of things, all can be done with Astro Studios. And now, we're going to hear some testimonials from some industry experts, not just within Malaysia, but also internationally. So sekejap lagi mungkinlah dia akan dengar apa yang Datuk Yusof Haslam nak cakap tentang Astro Studios sebab dia akan menggunakan servis kita untuk Sheriff. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look.
Hello, my name's Andrew Whiteman and I'm one of the executive producers of Fremantle Productions, Global Entertainment Productions. Family Feud is one of the formats that I look after, and when I came to Astro last year, I was very impressed when I got here. All the technology and how it's explained to me. I was very apprehensive about their proposal to make the show using a virtual reality set, because we'd never done that on the show. They were making history, and boy did they make history. I wish you well as you launch yourselves as Astro Studios. I hope that Fremantle will be doing many more projects with you.
Saya Yusof Haslam daripada Skop Production dan anak saya Syafiq. Ya. Kebanyakan filem kita boleh katakan hampir semua lah. Baik Syamsul, baik Syafiq kita buat di Astro Studio. Saya dah lebih daripada 10 filem buat di Astro Studios. Di sini kelengkapan dia memang semua cukup lah. Kita ada hall yang besar dan bagi saya paling penting technician, jurutera audio dan gambar yang sangat bagus. Sebagai pengarah filem, kita tak rasa risau sebab ada orang-orang yang pengalaman dan ada skill yang boleh membantu kita untuk mencantikkan filem-filem kita. Keselesaan kami untuk bekerja di Astro Studio ni kerana dia ada kelengkapan yang lengkap, jadi dengan studio yang besar, dengan skrin yang besar. So kalau kita buat filem, kita mendapat kepuasan dari segi visual. kebanyakan filem-filem yang popular yang box office kebanyakannya daripada Astro Studios. Jadi kira Astro Studios ni pilihan utama untuk filem-filem box office dan blockbuster lah, dan sememangnya sebab kerana kualiti. Kita dah buat Munafik 1, Munafik 2, lepas tu Polis Ibu 3, Abang Fadil 3, KL Special Force kan. Banyak. Dan last kali kita buat preview baru ni, iaitu filem Sharif filem Sharif kita buat sini 100% kat sini dengan teknologi 4K ataupun Atmos. Kita boleh maju ke hadapan untuk bersaing dengan filem-filem antarabangsa. Ada segi kualiti, ada segi production, sound design, color grading, semua kita orang dah buat sini. Kita rasa puas hati lah. Kalau ada production luar yang nak buat filem yang lebih berkualiti dari segi sound, dari segi making dia, dari segi keselesaan, kualiti dia, saya sarankan supaya buat di Astro Studio.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Testimonial yang bukan calang-calang lagi. These are huge names in the film industry, not just from Malaysia, as you heard just now, Mr. Andrew Whiteman as well, all the way there, enjoys our Astro Studio services. Now, hopefully soon dari Indonesia pula ya, mana tahu kan Mas Joko Anwar mau buat itu pengabdi setan. Mana tahu kan? Tepuk sikit, amin, amin. Semoga daripada Joko Anwar dan semua pengarah-pengarah dari sana semua mau MD Entertainment datang ke sini dong. Sini servisnya keren banget. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So for the movie Sheriff, the post-production was done by our Astro Sound and Vision. So like what Mr. Leon was mentioning earlier, the ambience is just crazy, you know, with Dolby Atmos and everything. You're really gonna feel it when you watch Sheriff in just a bit later on. So that's why we have another reel to show you guys in a short while to give you a feel of our Astro Studios. But right now, everybody, to launch Astro Studios, we are gonna do a special launching gambit. Normally, our guest of honor would have to come on the stage. Kita ada gimmick sikit. Not this time, guys. This time, we let our guest of honor sit back and relax. So we would like to invite our guest of the media, our paparazzi, kita punya media friends semua boleh standby siap-siap dekat depan, because I will be walking over to our guest of honor who is seated in the middle row of the hall. Okay. Our guest of honor, Encik Nick Kamaruzaman. I see you now. Thank you for the lights. Kalau tak, I pun tepi kat seat yang salah dah tadi sebab tak nampak kan punya pasal. Tak ada lampu kan? Alright, better not trip and fall. Okay, friends of the media, you may now be on standby right now because we're doing something very special to launch our Astro Studios. Walaupun this is a restricted zone, but I have to be allowed to be in here. I promise you, yes, I'm a big fan, but I'm also in charge of this as well. Thank you for letting me in. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum everybody, how are you? Dato, how are you doing? Doing good, Alhamdulillah. And Cik Nick, how are you? Wonderful. Mr. Ewan, we already shook hands. I'm sorry, not enough space to go there. Dato Kamil, how are you? Wonderful. Now, we've got Shireen over here who will be passing over our clapperboard to Encik Nick Kamaruzaman. Okay, so for now, we would like to invite Encik Nick to stand up first, and as well as all of our other guests of honors as well. Dato Kamil, Mr. Ewan Smith, Dato Azmi, and also Agnes. Okay, so we're gonna do it very special this time around. Since you know this is Astro Studios, Dolby Atmos, you know it's all about the filmmaking scene, right? Kita perlukan anda semua untuk jerit ala-ala macam kita director. Hi Gaya, how are you? Tiba-tiba nak tegur siapa sekarang kan? Now, ladies and gentlemen, on a film set, the director would scream lights, camera, and what? Luckily you all know, if not I'll be like on YouTube tutorial for you all right now. So, we'll be doing lights, camera, action. Once action is done, we need Encik Nick to clap on the clapperboard, okay? Is everybody ready? Yeah. Lights, camera, action, ala-ala kita semua Datuk Yusof Aslam, okay? Boleh ya? We're all Steven Spielberg today, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, in 3, 2, 1, lights, camera, action! There you go, ladies and gentlemen, we have officially launched Astro Studios! Congratulations, Astro, for yet another milestone. And thank you very much, everyone here, for being very supportive. Everyone here is officially a director already. Can meet Gayatri after this, yeah, for collaborations, yeah? Alright, we'd like to invite our guests of honor back to your seats right now, because we will now enjoy our special reel to give you all the look and feel of Astro Studios. Let's rock and roll. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Itu dia sedikit sebanyak Astro Studios. Give it up once again, everybody. Okay, so to talk more about this, we've got my big boss here right now to talk more about Astro Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Mr. Ewan Smith.
Bit dark. It's a bit dark where I am. Look, I'm not from Malaysia, as you've probably guessed, and I've been in 5 countries making films and making TV. US with Fox, Sydney with Foxtel in Australia, Sky Germany, Sky in the UK, and not once had I heard or thought about doing any production in Malaysia. And then I arrive here and damn, we're good. Seriously, I was blown away by the quality of the creative industry and the talent when I came here. It's like this amazing secret that all you Malaysians have been keeping from the rest of the world. Because genuinely, when we were thinking about making productions in Fox and Sky, we weren't thinking here, we were thinking Thailand, France, Poland even, but not here. So it's been a bit of a mission of mine for the last couple of years with Leon and his gang to build out the capability so that we could build a proper integrated experience, not only for Agnes, who runs our content, and all of the fantastic things that she does, all the things that you've seen with Scott Productions there. You know that Astro is responsible for well over 70% of all the box office take in the cinemas, don't you? Local box office. Well, all that great stuff only happens because Agnes and her gang work with with content creators to make it, but also because the guys that you've heard from today build it. So we've spent a couple of years designing XR Studios, we've built a lot, we've acquired some people, we've acquired some companies as well. We now have what I consider to be best in class, not only for this country, but when I watch that reel, I get goosebumps, I get the hairs on the back of my neck go up, and that's when I know that what we're capable of doing here stands shoulder to shoulder with anything that they're doing in Hollywood or Korea. It genuinely does. And when I watch it, I'm so proud of what we're building here. And it's time, I think, that we try and push this more and take what we can do in this industry, take it to more of the world. So you've heard from Fremantle. Fremantle are not small-time players. Fremantle are serious professionals. They do a huge number of extremely good work around the world, and they're coming here and being surprised by what we can do. I want that for every production house around the world. I want them coming to Malaysia, working with us, and finding out that we can do things brilliantly here, efficiently, innovatively, and cost-effective. And that is the task I've set the team, is now that you have all the tools, now that you have all the talent, now you can show what you can do. Let's take it out to the world. Let's put Astro, but equally let's put the Malaysian content industry properly on the map. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mr. Ewan Smith. Mr. Ewan, we'd like to remain you right here in front for a photo session. Please, Mr. Ewan. Thank you very much. Can we remove the chairs and the banners first, everyone? We're going to have a photo session with Mr. Ewan Smith as well as our other guests of honors as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming as well Encik Nik Kamaruzaman, Datuk Kamil Uthman, Datuk Azmi, and also Agnes to join Mr. Ewan Smith in front for a photo session. Friends of the media, boleh stand by. Kejap lagi kita akan teruskan dengan press conference kita bersama dengan Mr. Ewan Smith dan juga Mr. Leon. In fact, Mr. Leon would like you to join us as well. Mr. Leon Tan, our head of Astro Studios, you need to join us as well on this stage.
I am holding a microphone.
My co-host of the
Good
day.
or bad?
My
Yeah, should we do that?
co-host,
Should
my
we do that?
co-host.
Anyway, how often do you come here?
All the time, all the time, all the time. This is the Keanu and Yuan show. Let me take your mic for you, Mr. Yuan. Thank you very much. Alright. Dipersilakan Datuk Kamil, Datuk Azmi, Encik Nick. Alright, thank you very much. And also, of course, Agnes and Mr. Leon. Okay, sebentar lagi kita akan ada press conference bersama dengan Mr. Yuan Smith dan juga Leon Tan sahaja. Okay, so please stay put with your questions. We'll be taking them in just a short while. Alright. Hari ini posing-posing bukan dengan baju raya hari ini, dengan suits hari ini, okay? It's a formal occasion today, not a raya occasion. Very rare for a raya month event, kan? Alright, fantastic. Friends of the media, silakan, silakan. Okay, everyone is all in the middle, kan? So tak payah pandang eye level, tak payah kiri kanan, I believe, yeah? Okay. More shots right now. Let's go.